places in the world so harsh, so broken, places of such utter loneliness, we can barely look at them, even through our computer screens, televisions, and phones. St. Louis isn't one of them, mostly, but it can feel like it is, especially in winter. We go to Baldwin Lake because we are broken as the world, even lonely, landlocked Illinois. We go to Baldwin Lake because it is February and we both live in the shadow of the arch. We go to Baldwin Lake because we're friends, and he tells me there are fish we can catch. I think lake feels like the wrong word to both of us. Lakes happen naturally. They have scenery. They are scenic. When Bruce first told me about the place, he said, "It's basically a big bathtub." Bruce is great with words. It's part of how he wrote a book. It's most of how he earned a PhD in literature. He's even great with French words. But one of the best things about Bruce is that he knows when the simpler words are the right and best words. Baldwin Lake is a bathtub. It's an ugly rectangle gouged out of the Illinois farmland along the river that exists solely to give the three-stack coal-fired power plant a place to expel its leftover hot water. In winter, when everything else is nearly frozen and the fish get lockjaw, striper a hybrid bass will run in that jet of warm water. I don't know firsthand. I've never caught anything there. But Bruce says he fished all day once without a bite, and then a 7.5-pound striper hammered his spoon and gave a big fight before he landed it. Bruce isn't a liar, even if he is a fisherman. So I keep going, even if I don't know how he figured the half-pound on that striper without a scale. We fish from the shore, a ruler-straight raised levee banked on the lakeside with boulder-sized riprap trucked in from somewhere else. The wind is always strong and numbing and in our teeth. I always forget to bring chapstick, and I always think I will remember next time. We scramble on the driest rocks above the snotty ones, always under the lapping waves, to find footing sure enough to launch our heaviest lures into the constant Baldwin bathtub headwind. We drink coffee from his thermos and tell our best stories to each other to keep warm, to keep laughing in a cold wind that never stops. I said I've never caught anything there, but that's not exactly true. Once I caught a few sunfish on a tiny purple beetle spin, and our treble hooks usually snag a handful of schooling shad, by chance or tragic accident, depending on your perspective. Between the boulders is every manner of styrofoam, only just beginning its 10,000-year decay, rat nests of broken fishing line, other things you expect to find in a place like this, and other things you don't. We go because we're writers, and some days writing is so hard and costs so much, it's easier to squint into a stinging gale that pulls water from your eyes and heat from everywhere you've got than it is to squint at a blinking cursor on a blank white screen, or worse, squint at the words you wrote yesterday, which no longer make any kind of sense, so far as you can tell, today. We go because we're Christians, and Jesus was always doing amazing things on lake shores, like teaching important things to people with very hard heads, or cooking breakfast for his friends. And more than once, it hasn't escaped our notice, he produced miraculous catches of fish for men that weren't catching anything at all. We go because we're friends. And one day I will stand at Bruce's graveside, or he will stand at mine. And that will be one of those places in the world so hard to look at, we will be tempted to look away, and might. Then it will be good to remember going to the lake together, and pouring small cups of coffee for each other, to be still and to be quieted, to begin writing another story we will tell our old friend on a farther shore some spring.